What's going on, guys? Mr. Brood here. Now, I don't know if it's a beta or soft launch thing, but the PvP rating isn't resetting at the end of the season. Therefore, there isn't much incentive to rush pushing higher up into the ladder. If you're playing the long game, eventually you'll need to grind all your teams up past the bots in order to play against real players and top players. I think under 3000, it's mostly bots, and even the bots are over leveled a lot of the times. Blizzard really has a lot of work to do, and right now they're just too slow with rolling out new content and game modes. I mean, the raid option has been coming soon for like over a month. Really, all I want is just a friendly battle option so you can chill and do casual battling with your friends and people in your guild. That's not much to ask for, is it? Anyways, that's enough ranting for me now. As the new season begins, the only change for now is the map. Those that don't know, only one map modifier changes every 10 days or so, which means this season it will be this map for the whole 40 days, Guard Tower for 2/3 of that period, and then Clean Fight for the last 1/3. This map to me means fast cycle decks like the Murkai and units with fast speed will have the advantage here. The main difference is there's only one tower now per player instead of three. When the tower changes to guard tower, squad units will have a lot more value because there's no more splash. Hogger cycle will still work during Heroes Resolve. Baron, I'm sure, will remain top tier as always. The skeletons will capture the waypoints without committing any extra gold, which will be very handy for this map. When the Alliance Dungeon Week comes around soon, Tyrion will be likely, in my opinion, one of the strongest, if not the strongest, single lane decks in the game. You do need to have the right supporting cards, but you can sort of change them up each week according to what decks are popular based on the dungeons of that week. Throughout the season, I'm going to showcase different teams and also some good counters against the most frequently used teams. So do let me know in the comment section what you guys want to see. So far, I've pushed this Murkite team up to nearly 3000 fairly easily. A lot easier than the previous decks, I gotta say. For the dungeon, you can swap out Polymorph for Blizzard. I don't have any talent so far except for the Tauren, which I use a lot in my other decks. So I am going to run a few more tests, try to push a bit higher into top ladder just to see what talents people are using, what talents work. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what's good until you see them in action. Anyway, we do have 3 ground tanks. That's right, you're seeing this right. It's all about speed here. The dual lane pressure will likely make your opponent overcommit on one lane. On average, each battle only lasts for 90 seconds, so it's really quick if you're into fast decks. Batrider is really cheap. It's a cheap card, I should say. It's only 2 gold, and it's really difficult for your opponent to deal with. And it does a lot of AoE elemental damage. It's also good to clean up all the skeletons from all your Baron decks and Unbound units. The Polymorph is, in my opinion, the MVP of this deck. I think it's very underrated. It will single-handedly shut down most single-lane big pushes, such as your Abomination, Tyrion, and Ren decks. The only big threat to this deck is the Blizzard. So if you run into people with Blizzard, I'll try to show some good gameplays throughout the season. But yeah, that's really the only hard counter to this deck, in my opinion, if they play it right. So let's jump into some games. Okay, our first game is against Little Sheep. I am sure this is a bot, or most likely a bot. It is a level 8 bot, so you really still got to know what you're doing to be able to beat it. So starting play is always good to have your Murkai along with your other units. Bots will likely play everything into one lane, and I'll show you how much damage this would do when they're polymorphed. It pretty much kills them immediately. And then for their range units, such as the Pyro or the Huntress, you can distract it with the Quillbear, Quillbore rather. So we still got heaps of units on the map, and then we're back to a Murkai already, as you can see. It's really no skill in some ways against bots, since all you do is just spam Murkai and then you pretty much click polymorph and it wipes out their entire defense, even though it's 3 levels higher. Okay, unfortunately our army of Murkais got killed by the rocket, but as you can see, there's no way for them to really do anything else if you just play this right. Key thing about the bridge is that you've got the bridge over the middle there. So the key thing to know about that is you actually the flying units or the range units on the bridge actually attack the troops below it, but the troops below it cannot attack onto the bridge, if that makes sense. When you play a few games, you guys will know. And it's a really handy thing to do because it really makes some teams a lot more efficient than other teams. With most decks, even if it's a bot, it's usually a struggle if you're, 3 levels below them. But this deck, for some reason, it's absolutely okay. There's pretty much no chance for them to even go on the offense as a bot, because all they do is they just push on the same lane. As long as you have polymorph and you stack your troops, it's going to be not much of a issue to deal with. It pretty much dies immediately. Okay, the level 8 Necromancer takes 3 Arcane Blast, doesn't even kill it. Jesus. So we're just gonna chill a bit. So far they've somehow built up a bit of a counter push, so we're gonna chill and try to defend this. Get our gold here in the middle. And Baron decks will be very popular because of the waypoint capture. Okay, I'm gonna need to polymorph this to take out their troops. Was hoping we can finish this sooner, but it is level 8 after all. We're nearly 3 levels behind for some units, so I guess we just gotta wait it out. This deck gets even more insane in overtime because of the double gold count, and you really get a lot of Murkais down on the map. Otherwise, it's really easy to beat even levels or decks that are not so over leveled. You'd be able to clear the bots out of the way real quickly to get to 3000 and above. The last game was actually quite long. It went down to the wire. This is a mirror match, so this will be interesting. I don't know if this is a bot or not, but we'll have to wait and see. Gonna polymorph that just to kill that easier. I was hoping a dash, but that's okay. Okay, I think it's our turn to get some Murlocs underway. I'm gonna say it's a bot because there's no way you play a Modern Giant on its own in a Murkai deck. This is sneaky, so I'm gonna get 2 of these to go up there, and they usually will just ignore it. And I should get some. Oh, okay, he did pick it up. Nice. So I'm gonna try to get my torrent underway first, and then get my wolf to try to catch up. Because wolf is really fast, it's okay to play him late because he'll easily catch up to the front lines. Yeah, I mean, most matches should go like this. You make them overcommit on one side and you just sort of surprise them on the other end, and it should just be very nice and quick win because this is a very fast deck. Those of you that like fast-paced decks, this is the one to go. Okay, Monkey Business. That is 99% a bot. I've seen that name way too many times. Unless he just plays so much and he's constantly online. Okay, that's a good example of a single lane push. So if they don't have Blizzard, all you got to do is get a poly. He's got Execute, that's okay. So you're just going to get one polymorph in, and even if it's Abomination. Okay, so he has to do 2 spells. Otherwise, we would have probably be able to take out the Abomination a lot easier. We'll get our miner underway first. There's a skeleton there. Okay, I don't know why there's a skeleton there, but we'll have to let that go. We're back to polymorph, so if needed, we can. But we've got a lot of fishermen's on the map, so it's okay. Yeah, we don't need polymorph because they're all damaged. Try to get back to a bat rider, I was gonna say. So we can sort of take out the Abomination. I'll do this just to keep our waypoint, so we can get our miner down. He does have Blizzard, so this is probably going to be the hardest matchup you face. If they place the Blizzard correctly, a human player that is, it will pretty much take out all your Murkai. If they preemptively do it, because it mostly comes out of your base, so if they preempt this, it could take out all of your Murkais on both lanes. I'm going to kill that miner with my wolf. Normally I like to send the wolf in the middle, just because it's quicker to get the chests. Oh, we've almost won the game. Well, there's no point in sending the Murkai out anymore. We're just going to arcane this. Very nice win. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.